My footprint and see if things go better. As you maybe saw in the subtitle, I'm doing a small painting, and small paintings drive me crazy. Crazy is the correct pronunciation. Crazy. I hate doing small paintings. It's literally painful to my soul. So, then you say, well, then why are you doing a small paint? Good question. Thanks for asking that. Two reasons. One is, in spite of paintings, it's likely they've already bought a painting or two. That's a joke. And their walls are full. So buyers like small paintings. Painters, no, most painters don't mind. But I basically started my plein air painting career. This is literally true. I basically started my plein air painting career at 8 by 10 feet. Literal, true. I did 100, maybe more, 8 by 10 foot paintings before I started playing. And starting that big just developed a whole bunch of interesting habits. That explains a little bit, by the way, why the easel that I'm working on here, my wife nicknamed, I'll pick you up just for a second, just in case anybody's watching who hasn't seen me. My wife nicknamed this easel Junior. So this is my small easel. Kind of funny. Funny how life goes. So, let me. So, as I said, that explains why this ridiculously large easel is known by my wife and I as Junior. Because back in the day when I broke this out, when I bought and built this easel, it was that it was replacing. All right, so here I am. Oh, and the other reason I'm painting small painting, besides the price break, of course, is easier. I'm also in a hurry today. I don't have much time. In fact, I've been dilly-dallying. Whoops, I just kicked you. Okay, you're okay pretty much. Today afternoon, and it's already 12:30. So this will be an exercise in speed. I had a speed exercise earlier this week on Wednesday evening on the coast, near the coast of North Carolina. Which is 2 hours from here. Anyway, so Wednesday I had to dash back to Raleigh to paint a fundraiser function. And I used to do that. All my life, painting energy in the last several years has been taken up in wedding painting. Anyway, so it was a good test on Wednesday to see if I was still able, am I even able to paint fast. So I had basically 3 hours, maybe 4, to do whatever it was, 20 by 30 inch painting. Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Beautiful work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You want to have to step closer?
Oh, please, please. Of course. That one abstract line was confusing me. So
This is exactly where it is.
y'all in the market for a painting?
Not currently. We're just
That's
walking around
fine.
and enjoying.
That's fine. I don't expect most people to walk up and. I used to paint much faster than I do now, which gives me a little concern. Gives me pause, as they say. The main reason is, maybe the entire reason, is because my painting technique, my painting process has grown more complex. Leave the red, let me do some tree branches back here just so I don't forget. All right. I do enjoy rinsing out my brushes in a vigorous manner. It gets the job done, and I do not have time to waste. All right, it's pencil time. So if I want to have this painting, small paintings, of course, are quicker, faster, shorter. Then, whoops, I'm gonna have to pause here and move all my gear around in just a minute. Because I'm starting to get sun baked here, so I think I'll go ahead and do that right now. Tell you what, I'm going to move you guys far away. I am just a little bit crazy, bona fide card carrying crazy, to not only paint out here on the street, but also to play music. My priorities are pretty clear, however. My work, my job is painting. My hobby, my pleasure is playing. So I'm not confused. I'm not confused about those two. That helps. Helps that I'm not confused. See, the idea here is I want to be able to stand in the shade and have shade on my easel, both. I mean, yeah, on my canvas. All right, I think that's good enough. That didn't take too long, did it? Now, are you getting bad sun glare on that lens? Doesn't look like it. All right, there we go. I think I'm going to change, hello, locations here. Good. Very good. Beautiful day.
Yes, sir. Sure is.
Just getting. I'm
Is that what you go
gonna
off
try to
of?
paint that. Yeah,
Okay.
it's right back there. I guess you know where Baxter's is.
Yes, sir.
Hey, big guy. You having a fun time today?
Yes, sir.
Are you visiting New Bern?
No, sir.
Are-
I was born and raised here.
Give me 5, dude.
Yes, sir.
You're just about the only native I've talked to all week long.
Oh, really?
You know what it's like, man. The whole world is moving here, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It must be crazy.
It is.
It must be crazy because,
Changed a lot.
Yes.
In the last 10 years.
yes, yes. Well, you know, you had a good thing going, so the whole world says, we want some of that. I lived in a town like this one time, and yeah, it was just the price you have to pay for living in a little slice of paradise.
Right? Exactly right. I hope you have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Come on, bud.
I just made a mistake. I mean, a real bona fide mistake. I don't know if you can tell. Sure, you can. I've got 3-point perspective going on here. One vanishing point about here, another vanishing point way over here, and a third vanishing point up there, so that the vertical lines are leaning in. That's because I took the picture at a low angle, like I didn't hold the camera up here by my head. I held it down. Then, then standing up. That's a good rule of thumb, by the way, if you want to be a photographer. I'm not a photographer, but that's just a real simple one. The difference between what we call a snap shooter, someone who takes snapshots, and a photographer is very often the snap shooter. A snap shooter stands up, stands on their hind legs, so to speak, and shoots from here, and that they just do that. That's what somebody who's not a photographer. So if you want to be 1/2 tick, little bit more toward a good photographer, you start thinking about things. Well, wait a minute, maybe it'd be picture be better if I was down here, or picture would be better if I was up here. Does that make sense? Anyway, so this is a low angle photograph. I'm not pretending I'm a good photographer, but that's just one little tip. So therefore, the buildings lean in. There's a third perspective vanishing point. And that is such a mess now. I don't usually bother trying to correct my messes, but this is the second time this week that I've decided to do so. A little bit unusual for me to, so to speak, erase my, so to speak, mistakes. But I'm doing it anyway. Sure, more pencils. So, most of the time, I do a lot of cityscapes, as you may know, or you could discover quite quickly if you went to my website, which is dannelsonart.com, and clicked on paintings. You would discover that I am having a hard time getting this right here. I'm going to put the pencils down. Hello. I'm either schizophrenic and I talk to myself, or I'm broadcasting on YouTube. or I'm schizophrenic and I just got a camera here to cover up the fact that I talk to myself. You decide. You decide. So far, I'm not setting any land speed records for getting this painting done, because I'm definitely. I'm using, by the way, I don't know if you can see this, I'm using, especially the long handle brush, I'm using the brush to capture angles of lines. That's a good trick, you should try it. I got these brushes from Jerry's Artorama. Unfortunately, they discontinued them, so they're not available anymore. But you can find, there are art brush manufacturers out there who do, again, holding the brush at an angle. It's one of the ways to help you get perspective correct. One of the ways that helps by you doing the angle of the, if you're drawing, the angle of the pencil or whatever straight edge you happen to have close at hand. I talked, I think it was yesterday, at some length. I talked at some length about my approach sometimes I have to blow the photograph up. Let me see, can you, let me expand this a little bit. There you go, so you can see the reference when I'm looking at it. Sometimes I have to blow it up to see what's going on there. I spoke at some length yesterday or the day before about my approach to capturing the image, capturing the thing, whatever the thing is, whether you're doing dog portraits or landscapes or portraits or flowers, whatever it may be, not abstracts, representational. The traditional approach, which I certainly urge you to experiment with, there's usually a good reason why most artists do a thing, right? And most artists do what they block in a painting. And often that entails doing a few scribbly lines with vine charcoal. Vine charcoal simply because it doesn't have any additives to it. It's straight up burnt wood, so that there's no chemicals that are going to grow and emerge and mess with your oil paints. Okay, so the most traditional approach to painting is to do some kind of sketch, even a few lines, and then begin by blocking in, and almost always with dark colors first. I very much affirm that choice. Yes. Darks first. And starting with the major chunks, and then refining that down to smaller chunks and lighter colors. And almost that's what it looks like what I just did right there. But, oh, blah, 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 wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Ah. I'm getting really good at making mistakes today. I forgot those windows. And again, normally I don't erase. You can stop believing me because I've been saying that now for 2 days, and I've been doing a lot of erasing over the last couple of days. Let's change color a little bit just for fun. I was using ultramarine blue. Now I'm using phthalo blue. Again, checking the angle by the photograph. There we go. I was way off on that sign. Don't know what yahoo came up here and did a initial sketch of that sign. Whoever they were, they need to have their head examined. All right, so I was talking, let me go back to the topic at hand. I was talking about I don't block in paintings, I blob in paintings. And what I mean by that is I don't work real hard to get my initial drawing correct. I've drawn this 4 times now. Orange, red, pencil, blue. So this is my 4th drawing. And with each subsequent rendering drawing, I try to get the image closer to correct. There, that makes sense? And normally, and again, if you watched me the other day or today, normally I don't erase the erroneous lines. But I hope you understand. But the other day and today, you've seen me erase a bunch. So I'm making a liar out of myself. But normally I don't erase. And the reason for that is the erroneous marks, and you really have to put erroneous sort of in quotation marks. The erroneous marks, I'm switching color again, dipping my brushes in a dark blue-green color. The erroneous marks leave interesting artifacts in the final painting. That's why I don't normally erase them. And I guess I would really have to demonstrate that for you to see what I mean. I'll just summarize it by saying a painting with lots of interesting marks is superior to a painting with few interesting marks. Fair enough? Safe enough? Like, well, duh. Okay. A painting with lots of interesting marks is superior to a painting with few interesting marks. And the mistakes, quote unquote, serve to create surprising marks late in the process. All right, so the blue-green drawing now is correct. Oh wait, before I go, I should block in yuck, yuck, yuck. Block in a few people. And the big decision here is how far away to put them. So I'm going to do man and woman there, and I'm going to do a person standing here, maybe the owner manager of the store. So this building here and this sign right here is going to say Baxter's. It's a very well-known landmark here in New Bern. As far as I can tell, it was originally a jewelry store, but also maybe an optometrist. Are you guys from New Bern?
We're not.
So this Baxter's store right here,
Sure.
it used to, the says it was a vision, like an optometrist, and it was a what did I just say? Clock store, and it was an art gallery, and now it's a swanky restaurant.
That explains the clocks in the windows.
That's correct. That's correct. It used to be a clock store.
How about that?
Yeah, yeah. And the big fancy clock out here, evidently somebody drove their truck into it 20 or 30 years ago and crashed it, and so they had to build a new one. So it's an old clock a new clock made to look old.
Are you from here?
No, from Raleigh, but I've been associated with New Bern for 15 years. Where are you guys from?
I live in Raleigh with my girlfriend. She's with my mom inside here.
Gotcha.
And this is my dad and my brother.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we're
Excellent.
here visiting.
And where's home?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a drive. Did you drive down here or did you fly? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful drive. Gosh, I'm from Michigan, so I've gone back up there many times. From Winston-Salem to what's it just before this side of Columbus, all through the mountains. You know, West Virginia and Southern Ohio, northern North Carolina, Virginia, West.
Yeah, not an easy drive, but a
No,
beautiful drive.
yeah, it is a beautiful drive.
We're on our way to the beach, and this is.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, this is a good
I
stop.
have two of these.
Yeah,
These are just $1 dollars?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get two of them.
Now, of course, you know that means you have to read a book.
Well, we have our beach reads. That's
They're
right.
readers.
Which one do you
I
like?
like that one.
Says
Okay, I like
says the mom. Way to go. You raised him right. Thank you.
Oh, stop. Thanks so much.
You're
That's
welcome.
great.
I live there. I'm not in any galleries in Raleigh at the moment. Northeast.
Well, we're
Oh,
right
like
by
you.
Boylan.
Oh, you
We
guys.
live in
We're right by
Boylan,
Boylan.
yeah.
Oh, you're in
Yeah.
the historic, fancy
Yeah.
historic
Well,
part.
close to.
Yeah, yeah.
Just outside.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
No, we can't afford the high rent district.
No,
We're
yeah.
2 blocks over, but yeah.
Yeah, I love downtown. I painted Raleigh more than anybody in history.
Is that
by,
right?
Oh, maybe
Really?
by 10 times, maybe. If the second place guy painted 50, I did 500. Because I painted mostly Raleigh for 20 years. So I am the painter of Raleigh.
I love
Okay.
it.
I'll have to keep an eye out. Yeah, everything you do is lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love all of it.
Thank you.
You also play instruments?
I do.
then?
I do.
Okay.
This is my work. That's my play. So
Yeah.
when I get far enough along in my work, then I reward myself by playing.
I love it.
It's a good incentive-based system.
It's so fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Take care, Don.
Y'all have a great trip.
Yeah, take care.
All right, I don't always do the same thing at the next step, but because I changed my mind so many times on this, I'm going to do some quick white stuff. Once again, you could kind of call this erasing, although I will say, in my defense, so to speak, that that even though I call this opaque white, it's very much not opaque. It's definitely translucent. And the air out here today, most of this week actually, we had some rain on Tuesday, I think it was, but the air out here has been delightfully dry. Hello.
Can you paint? Can you paint with both hands and play the flute? And
No,
the
right.
harmonica
And the guitar, no.
the guitar, yeah, and then talking
And there they are.
same time that you're painting.
No.
You can't do that. You can't talk at the same
Well, I can record myself playing those and then paint. I do that sometimes.
time. We heard all of your great talents from,
Oh.
from one of our friends downtown. So be sure to go.
Oh,
by
sweet.
Ben
Oh,
Lindeman.
sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's got double life. And he said
You
gotta
are
see
very,
the one
very
of
good.
Baxter's. That
Oh,
is
good.
just amazing.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
That's it right there.
Yeah, yeah. And ironically, I'm painting it again. I explained to a few folks a few minutes ago. I'm trying not to be an artist. As an artist, I hate painting something over again. But as a businessman, I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's a really popular image, and it's more likely to sell. So,
It's very noticeable that, I mean, people know.
yes, exactly.
Where it
It's
is.
it's quite the landmark. Yes.
Well, I love what you did with the colors there and making it more abstract like that.
Well, that's how they all start out.
Oh, that's it. They do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. They all start out kind of crazy, like this. And then as they develop, I try to keep this energy with realism on top of it. So you can kind of see that. There's a lot of craziness going on in there,
Well, now that you mention
peeking around the realistic marks, right?
kind of crazy.
You know, I thought about it. No, I don't. I know it. I know it. You know, if only that's if only that's what I was known for. If only that's what I was known for. It's hard to sell paintings that aren't in. That's not a Dan Nelson painting. What are you talking about? You know?
Yeah. Those are very recognizable.
Yeah. Right. Right. $37 years. So,
Where before Raleigh?
Texas,
Where in Texas?
Fort Worth,
Fort Worth?
but we also lived in San Saba. Are you from Texas?
I proposed to her at Grapevine Lake.
Oh my goodness. No kidding.
No kidding.
Yep. I spent 9 years of my adult life in Texas. But I grew up in Michigan, born in Canada, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, Minnesota, Texas, and North Carolina. So,
How long did you live in Bern?
I don't. I live in
When
Raleigh.
you lived?
No, I did never live
you
in New
never
Bern.
did live
Nope.
here. Oh.
Nope. Just visit. Just enjoy visiting.
I used to work on a quarter horse ranch in Keller.
Oh my goodness. No kidding. Well, that sounds like a real Texan job.
Butterfield Arena. Yeah,
Oh my
fun
goodness.
job.
No kidding.
I got to muck out the stall.
Oh yeah, all kinds of romantic.
Delusions of grandeur about being a real cowboy, you know.
Yes. And you're mucking out the stalls.
I'm mucking out the stall.
Yes.
Driving a mini wagon.
I know what that is.
Yeah, loading hay, worming horses, you know.
Yeah. Oh boy, I had friends that did that. We lived, I usually, when I tell people, Texans, that I'm from San Saba, I say, I'll give you $1 if you know where that is. And usually my dollar is safe. You know where San Saba is?
No.
It's right in the middle of the state, not near anything.
Okay.
And if you think,
in Texas, that says a lot.
That-
You can be a lot near
that's
anything,
right.
not near
And if you
anything.
think about it, you go,
lot of
yeah,
places.
I don't know anything that's in there. That's right. That's where we lived.
They also lived down in Corpus Christi.
Oh yeah. We heard of that.
That's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh? It is
So
kind of
what
crazy.
inspires you to put the yellow and then the blue and for background
You know,
colors? I mean,
that-
then you're gonna
Right.
those are gonna
Right.
come through or be left.
Right.
Yes, as
Right.
you add on top.
It's just a process that has evolved over years and years and years and years. It is unusual, and including that I paint with two hands.
What's the white stuff we have on there?
Paint.
Oh, just white paint. Okay.
Quite all right. Yeah. So my technique, I tell my students often, I didn't set out to be weird. I didn't try to be a weird painter, but I sure as heck am. I don't know anybody that paints the way I do. And often I'll teach classes where I try to teach people my technique, my approach to painting, and that results with mixed success, as you can imagine.
Well, I would think that the person who purchases your painting would be so appreciative of seeing the process he has.
Yes, right,
and
right.
be able to appreciate that story as well as the finished product.
Exactly. Yes, that's right. I do that often. I'll have a QR code next to the painting and say, if you don't,
The provenance of the art.
that's right. That's right. If you want to watch this painting being made,
Right.
that's exactly right. Yeah,
What was that guy that had the happy little trees?
yeah. Bob Ross. Yeah. Or another way to put it is, I'm by nature a fastidious, fussy, super realist. Sit down, stick up my tongue, and draw and paint. And 30 years ago, a fellow artist said to me, "Yeah, Dan, your favorite colors are brown and gray." So everything you see me doing is a coping, overcoming, compensating for, because I learned what good painting is, and it's not it's not this. So all this craziness has been developed on purpose, really, to
So if you didn't do the process you're doing now, would you say the picture would tend to be more flat?
yes, that's a good word. Boring,
Because this is got dimensions and it's got
predictable, boring.
oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I like it. I mean,
No, I don't. I do occasionally, and you can go to my website, dandelsnark.com. I do occasionally do hyper-realism, but I can't sell it because it's not a Dan Nelson painting. And I do it just for fun. It's fun, like doing a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. It takes time, takes a long time, but yeah. Or as I try to influence other artists all the time, realism is easy. Now, granted, maybe it's because I have the skill. Realism is easy. You don't have to think at all. You just sit on your butt and copy. Creating realism, creating magic, now that's hard. So these are attempts at magic, whether I create it or not. Now you could still, this still goes under the broad category of realism. You can tell that's a man and a woman and a dog and a clock and a building and so on. But that's not what turns heads. That's not what makes people go, wow. It's not the realism that makes them go, wow. It's,
and how come you don't use a palette to mix the painting?
I don't use a what?
A palette
Oh, to mix my paintings? Oh, I do.
on the brush.
I do. Yeah. So I start at acrylics, and I finish in oil. So that is my oil painting palette. Yeah, I do indeed use a palette.
So you paint oil right over the top of the acrylic.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
Oh, you play all these instruments in between?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Paint with both hands,
Yeah.
and you play instruments,
And I wear fancy clothes.
and you wear fancy clothes.
Let's not forget.
Oils
So-
over acrylics, double-handed.
That's right.
And you play instruments. I love
And
it.
I smile. One of my business cards says 2 hands, a tux, and a smile. Now, the reason for the fancy clothes is actually quite simple. I paint weddings a lot, and I paint often in a tux. And I can get about 4 weddings out of a tux before I can't cover up any more paint spots. Because of course I get paint on it. What do you can't paint without. So these are leftover. See, look at. I didn't do that today. These are clothes that are too bad for a wedding, but they're good enough for painting on the street. Thus the snazzy clothes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get paint on something. I might as well get paint on something that
Might as well be looking
already
good
has.
at it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Might as well.
Get the deal right.
Might as well get paint on something that already has paint on it.
Where'd you go?
Well, I'm going to check you out online.
Oh, please do. Thank you.
It's very nice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out and talking. You're welcome. My pleasure. Thanks for hanging out.
Do you know the story of Baxter's?
Do you know? I know that it was a clock store and a eye store, and since I've known it, it's been a art gallery and now a restaurant. Do you know more than that?
There's a jewelry store also.
Jewelry store. That's
Yeah.
right. Not a clock store. Jewelry store.
Right.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
I knew something was wrong with my clock story.
I was in high school with
Really?
nephew.
Oh yeah, the original.
Who bought our wedding.
Oh my goodness.
But back in the day,
Uh-huh.
when my sister, she was in her mid-80s, but when they graduated from New Bern High School,
Uh-huh.
the girls could come in and pick out their silver pattern, and they
Oh,
would be
no.
given a spoon in their pattern, knowing that,
No kidding.
there were going to be
Wow. Yeah, good.
to come.
Exactly.
So, anyway,
They
Wow.
would return.
Wow. So y'all are natives.
we are.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
I moved here
Almost.
when I was 10,
I
69 years ago.
think that.
Yeah.
I think.
Years he was
I
in the
think that
Navy.
counts. Okay. I think that counts. Wow. Very cool. Very cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm so glad Ben suggested we come to see you.
Well, thank you. Thank you indeed. Thank you very much.
Well, I certainly see how you pull the lights out now with the yellows and
Yeah.
oranges.
Yeah. If you stick around and watch the process, some of it begins to make sense. Yeah. Some of it.
Now, how long will it take you to finish this? Will you take it back to
Well,
Raleigh and-
I'm a little bit idealistically perhaps. I'm hoping to finish this by 4 o'clock. That is, I'm gonna have to really paint really fast.
So am I looking at a picture of your earlier painting there? Is that what that is?
No, that's a
Is that
photograph.
The actual,
Right
that's
Yeah.
Is that the actual photograph?
Yes.
Realistic photograph?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see
That's
that.
just a
Yeah.
picture I took yesterday afternoon. This one, at least, it was took the picture at 7:45 in the morning. The lights coming, the sun's rising. This one, the sun's the sun's just about overhead, isn't it? So much for that theory. But yeah, by even as long as you watch there, you're beginning to see some of the process that why it makes some sense. Oops. Mistake. Yeah.
Have to dry or cure before you start.
No, so these are acrylics. They're dry. This what I did 5 minutes ago is already dry. That's good and bad. That's why acrylics are good, and that's why they're terrible.
That was your mistake earlier. You moved.
Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah, you don't have much time to.
My grandmother was a fine artist,
Uh huh.
and our daughter inherited that.
Oh, really?
Great-grandmother.
Oh. Uh huh.
She's also.
What is she doing with it? How old is she now?
Well, she doesn't do anything with it.
Because she's got kids or something.
No.
Oh.
She just does other things.
Yeah.
Music and
Yeah.
artwork, but she's very good at being able to. And we saw her doing a charcoal one day, and she was turning it upside down and sideways. And
Yeah.
She done north, south, east, west. She was flipping it all around.
Good for her.
And we asked
Yeah.
Frank Shore, who used to own Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Candy,
That's. I know. I knew Janet.
I said, Janet, why is she doing that? She says, oh, she can see perspectives better
That's right.
and see shadows better
That's right.
doing that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I don't know why she chose to do that. That's just what she chose to do.
How about that? Yeah, I knew Janet. That's when I came into this gallery. It was with Janet.
Yeah, Janet's very talented.
Yes. Hello, folks.
Here,
Oh, thank you.
some of those
Thank you.
bookmarks. These are really cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
Dan.
y'all.
So
Thank
nice to talk to you.
Likewise,
Hopefully we'll see
likewise.
you again.
Good. Yes, indeed.
Yes, really cool.
Canvas. That's so smart. That is so
It's what you do with paintings that don't turn out.
Exactly. That turned out though.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm pretty sure they're all over today. There's something, the farmer's market too. Yeah.
So, fun talking to people.
I'll Google it. Come on, Kate.
$200 for 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And it's got an indoor pool and it's got an area where you can do food and all that too. That's why
It's really nice.
it is.
Right now, I really am doing stupid, quote unquote, mindless coloring book painting. Just all right. It's about time that I get these windows positioned right. Hello, folks. So I'm either schizophrenic and I talk to myself, or I'm broadcasting on YouTube. Or I'm schizophrenic and I just bring the camera out here to cover it up. Thank you. Let's get the position of these windows right. Finally. Dark blue. All right, that's close enough. Close enough. There's really a lot going on. It's always the case, isn't it? A lot going on. It takes a while. So, just to be clear, one approach to rendering something like this, and there'd be nothing wrong with doing it this way, but one approach would be to, so to speak, sit on your butt, get yourself all quiet and settled and zeroed in, and just really draw the thing out meticulously before you get started. And many artists would use that approach, and again, absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just do it differently. I start throwing paint around really fast, knowing that I'm going to have to make corrections. It seems to me that approach creates a more spontaneous product, if you will, more spontaneous process.
Could not find my sunglasses. Now I'm regretting it.
Oh look.
I want to watch.
Okay, I'm getting close.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Baby.
no, don't say that. Go look at one of my finished ones.
Oh, it's
There.
no, but it's. I like it the way it's wonderful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful too.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're taking some Spanish moss home.
Yes.
Have you debugged it?
No, he just brought it to me.
It's got bugs in it, you know.
Potential.
But
he
there's
just
some
brought
way to get the bugs out.
We might just give it to our chickens.
Yeah, that's right. They would love it.
Chickens will like it. Bacon. I know that's
Flugelhorn, soprano sax.
I
Good question.
one of these bookmarks.
Mom, did you get my phone? Can I get one?
We need dollars. They're pieces left over from art. Or
That's correct.
little drawings and
That's correct.
Look how cute
This is genius. Grab me one.
Thank
Grab
you.
me one.
It's a good thing to do.
They're pieces of art.
Wow.
They're $1.
Someday
You can get it. You can buy an original Dan Nelson for $1.
Look, they're pieces from his canvas that he's cut. I want this one. Can I get one? You have $1? You have to pay for it. Look at that one.
Yeah, get out of there. Wish him well, dude.
Give me your $1.
You, thank you.
Bacon.
I can go get a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Come this way, but put those back. Put the harmonicas. Like the brown? Look at that one.
Oh, they're not for sale. Those are for me to play.
Do you play the French
Oh,
horn?
yes.
My daughter was talking about it as we walked up. She plays the trumpet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Katie, did you want this one? I don't care. Okay, I have $1. Okay.
That's a serious.
So we got 3.
It is, isn't it?
That's a serious.
Can anybody say overkill?
Man, that's like a workout piece of equipment.
That's right. Or a medieval torture device. Well, when I decided to come, I thought, well, I'll take my biggie, and I've left it here all week, overnight, because nobody's gonna jerk it on their shoulder and walk off with it. So
Yeah.
Oh,
they could do damage, but nobody did, thank goodness. So.
Harrison said he wants
I didn't pay attention to all this back here the other day when we were here. You got weights and everything on it.
Yes, that's
I'm
right.
assuming the weights are the count that you can
That's
slide
right.
this up and
That's
down,
exactly
and
right.
It'll stay put where you put it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because I knew I was going to be out here standing up on my feet for
Right.
6 days straight, that fatigue level
yeah,
it helps a lot. Oh, my stool's over there. I knew it was around here somewhere. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I built this. I didn't. I bought it and
then modify.
modified it because I painted downtown Raleigh, and quite a bit back in those days, and with those tall buildings create a wind tunnel, and I would have 50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Yeah.
I mean, just literally lift you off your feet, So that explains
have
all
it.
this. And then here, I know I wasn't good at that, but this is just part of my don't mess with me.
Well, I mean,
Shtick.
but I see. I mean, you've got some serious adjustments that you can do. You
That's
can get this
exactly-
thing level.
That's exactly right.
And stable.
That's right.
We got 5.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
you.
Now, y'all, that means you have to read books, No iPads, books.
iPads, yeah.
I know you do. Way to go. Smart kids. Bookmarks. I'm selling bookmarks over here. Slices of my painting for $1 each.
Oh, that's hysterical.
That's a good response. Yeah. That's a good response. Yeah. BAXTERS. There we go. Yeah, it's something to do with. I mean, I don't care who you are as an artist. I don't think there's not a single artist ever that doesn't lay some eggs once in a while. Like that painting doesn't turn out. It leans against my studio wall for a year or two.
Eggs are common.
That's right.
It's the stars that are rare.
That's right.
your bags every year?
No, those are not. I wonder who. I hope they come back, whoever that is.
Wonder if it says kids.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope they remember.
Since we're close by.
Where are you from, sir?
I live here in New Bern.
Oh my goodness. You're one of those people that found this place and decided to move here?
I am.
Yeah.
All my career years were in Winston-Salem, and when I
Oh, yeah.
retired in 2018, I took up painting. And
No kidding.
yeah, but I decided I'd lived enough in Winston-Salem. I wanted to live somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
So I decided I wanted to live at the coast.
Uh-huh.
So I sold my house and just up and moved to Wilmington, thinking that was the right choice.
Yeah?
And I liked certain aspects of Wilmington.
Yeah?
But one of the big things I wanted to buy a sailboat.
Ah.
And Wilmington is not sailboat world. That is
Really?
power of
No,
fishing
I
boat
didn't.
world.
Okay, explain that to. I did not know that.
It is.
That's fishing boat country.
Yes, it is.
Power
There's
boat
no
country.
good way. There's no good
Really?
sailing area.
That is interesting.
I mean, you got to go all the way out there into the ocean. There's no
Yeah,
halfway thing. And
interesting.
There's just not a lot of good
Yeah,
marinas for
yeah,
sailboats.
really? That's so
I
funny.
went ahead and bought the boat and put it here because I found
Yeah.
New Bern, and New Bern's got plenty of marinas
Yeah.
and sailboats and stuff up this way. But then I was driving back and forth, but I thought, okay, that's crazy. I just need to live in New Bern, and I liked it better anyway because it's just my size.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I moved up here a couple of years ago.
Wow, that is a great story, and that's because I never thought about that. Well, you didn't either before you moved there, I guess, did you? I've spent enough time in Wilmington. I painted in Wilmington, but I don't own a boat, so I never looked at it through a boater's eyes.
I caught him.
Oh, good. Woo! Way to
I
go.
told her, I said, you give a kid something to hold. First thing
That's right.
Oh, well, we're glad we got you then.
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Good job.
There you go.
So, do you have a boat parked here? But you live here now
I
too.
live here now, and my boat was down there at that marina there.
Uh-huh.
But I've moved the boat now to Oriental. Just
Oh.
because that's even
Yeah.
better spot for a boat.
And how long a drive? I know
It's not bad.
I've been to
drive.
Oriental, but
Yeah, it's
I
not-
don't remember driving from here to there. Is
It's
it 30
like
minutes?
30, 40 minutes,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's not hard at all. It's easy drive.
Yeah.
And you're a lot closer to good sailing water there in Oriental.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Got good wind and good water down there.
So you're one of those boat owners that, a hole in the lake, a hole to throw money into.
Oh yeah, and
But-
and I knew that going in.
Yeah, right.
I didn't. It wasn't a. I knew it was going to be a project and
Yeah.
cost a lot of money. But I have always. I had a college buddy of mine back in the '70s
Uh-huh.
that had a small sailboat,
Uh-huh.
and we went out on that thing every weekend and just had a blast.
And you got the bug.
And I loved it.
Oh my goodness.
But he got tired of it and gave it up,
Yeah.
and I missed it. And I always told myself
That's
that I
funny.
would buy a boat when I got to where I
Wow.
I
Way to go. Way to go. That is a bug that I will never get.
Yeah, I finally got to scratch that itch.
And how often you go out? You just do day trips or you do overnight stuff?
I can go on longer trips. I can sleep on this.
Yeah.
And it's got a nice. It
Yeah.
has a bathroom. It's not
Yeah.
exactly a great one, but you can.
Yeah.
You got that. You got a galley and.
Yeah.
So the longest I've been on it is a week, and
Okay.
that's a long time.
Yeah, I would think. Well, cool. Well, glad you're on land today to come by and chat. Out of the corner of my eye, I just saw, I think there's a man in a photographing pose.
Sorry about that.
No apology at all. It's just funny that I caught it out of my peripheral vision.
I mean, not only is it beautiful, it's just so beautiful to see someone in their
Oh, thank you.
flow.
In their flow. That's a good word. That's a good word. That's right.
Thank you for doing it.
You're welcome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Oh, sweet. So, as you can see, it's coming together pretty well. I think I'm going to do pencils. I'm either schizophrenic and I'm talking to myself, or I'm broadcasting live on YouTube. No, and you can talk. People are talking all. Or I'm schizophrenic and I just bring the camera out here to cover up my issues, right? Who knows? Exactly. Thank you. I'm happy with the what's coming along here. I think I'm going to do a layer of pencils next, and then I can go straight to oil. So that's pretty that's pretty quick. Moving along. Of course, I mean the oils take longer than the acrylics usually. So, oh, and I'm covering up my humanoid creatures here, so I'm gonna have to redraw them. Sometimes it's just easier to draw these buildings in this case, and then just do something on top of it. I don't normally do that, but sometimes it's easier just to do it that way, rather than trying to render the building and the people at the same time. Whatever. So that's what I'm doing. Here's a sign, and sure, I'm going to put myself in this painting. Why not? So there's my umbrella. There's me. At this point, everything just gets pretty smooshy. Whew, and I am ready to sit down. I'll sit down in just a minute when I do the pencils. All right. Oh, I know. Before I do the pencils, let's just do let's block in those figures again. And again, the big question here is how far back on the sidewalk, how big do I want them to be, or by the way, sorry, enough. Let's do some darkening on the clock here also, since I just happen to have some dark blue on my brushes. So these figures, and the perspective, of course, major perspective is going this way. So I don't want to do I don't want to do short person and tall person, because that would be consistent with the perspective. So I want to put, and I almost always, and I know this is, if you do something too much, it becomes the donut hole of creativity. You're missing the donut by being in the hole. If you do the same thing, so, and I do a man and a woman walking, it's very standard for me, and I do it so often that I'm in danger of getting in a rut. But I'm not going to worry about it on this painting. I'll worry about that rut some other time. Let's make a little bit of a mess up here on the clock, and it's trees. Two hands really does help with capturing trees. All right, for those of you who don't know my system, let me point you for a minute. At my acrylic stuff, and yeah, what the heck? I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna declare These are all jars, plastic jars. Yeah, a little light.
How long is it going?
Well, tomorrow is the official end. Tomorrow, yeah. Likewise, thank you. These are all, the big jars are about 50-50 acrylic medium and paint. And I'm gonna give them all a shake. They tend to settle. So they're 50-50 acrylic medium and paint. So the effect is, of course, that they're transparent. That's very important. The colors, most of the colors that you just saw me applying to the canvas were transparent, and that's critically important. If they were opaque, 80% of what I just did would be a complete waste of time if it was opaque, right? Because you just cover up what was done underneath. So they're transparent. And then I have intermixed in between these little small jars that are opaque colors. And I don't use them as much. That's why they're small jars. And I don't think I used any opaque so far in this painting. Sorry to make you watch me do some of the stupid housekeeping. So I'm switching over to oil. You can ask me how many times I started shaking a jar of paint and the lid was loose and paint started flying everywhere. It just happened with the red a little tiny bit. Oh, I got some on the ground down here. More than I thought. Okay, so I've got red paint here on the bricks, and they will have no trouble figuring out who put red paint on their nice historic bricks. So I am spraying like crazy there. By the way, if you're an acrylic painter, if you ever paint with acrylics and you're in a setting, of course, much more fussy than outdoors, like inside a building, and you spill your acrylic paints, it's a good idea to carry a can of denatured alcohol around with you. All right, so out with the acrylics. I'm reaching down here on the ground underneath my big easel is my, so these paints have been, of course, drying all night long. They've been uncovered. Not an ideal way to operate, if you can imagine. Not ideal to leave your oil paints drying overnight, but that's kind of the nature of the beast when you're doing a week-long plein air festival or event. Now, most people don't plein air the way I do. They do tiny little paintings on tiny little easels with tiny little palettes and tiny little brushes. Are you seeing a pattern here? And some of them are way better than I am. But so there's can you prove you're an artist? Yeah, look at my hand. I actually heard one time one of the old masters in the art movement, art in America, explaining to a bunch of students how to get in galleries. And he said, I don't know if he's right, but he's schizophrenic, or I'm broadcasting on YouTube. But maybe I am schizophrenic and the camera's just to cover it up. The lady actually said, are you talking to yourself? She had the nerve to say what other people are just thinking. Anyway, he said that a good gallery will actually literally look at your hands to see if you've got paint on them. He was making a good point. Because galleries don't want to carry artists who are Saturday painters. Yeah, I'm a good painter. How many paintings you do this year? 4. So I don't know why I've got a stupid voice going, but you know. No, they don't. So one of the ways they find out if you're serious is if you have your paint under your fingernails. I guess I passed today. That's not coming off anytime soon, not till I get a hold of my denatured alcohol. So my wedding painter kit, my wedding painter easel, which of course is not this one, does indeed have a can of denatured alcohol deep in the bowels of its container carrier. All right, so whew, now let me see, what colors do I need now? I need a ultramarine, and my paints are in this drawer. Whoops. Ooh, I wonder if, is this my last tube? This happens. Is this my last tube of ultramarine? Yikes. It's enough to get this painting done, I think, but I keep pretty close track, honestly. Before I head out on a trip like this week, whew, I check everything. I don't know how I missed that. Wow. All right, I think all I need is this weird green. If you want to know, I don't know why you would, but if you want to know about what I call my not limited palette, right? There's a lot of videos, a lot of YouTube videos out there about limited palettes. This is my not limited palette. And if you want to know what colors I have on it, do a search on my channel. Do a search for not limited palette. And I give you a tour and a little bit of the rationale why I have the colors I have. All right, so this is my Terpenoid, my can. I do this all the time, by the way, a double bucket. Just standard. I just always do a double bucket. Just to catch the drippings. All right, whew. Let's get back to painting. First, I'm going to go get my stool. I am dying to sit down. And a bottle of water. It's all nicely warmed in the sunshine. Hello. For some reason my easel, even though I greased it before I left home, is stiff. Shouldn't be that hard to move, but it is. All right. Now I'm having second thoughts, okay. Again, my painting process entails a fairly somewhat predictable series of processes. Step 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Layers and layers and layers. And even though it's more or less the same layers with each painting, the order in which I do the layers, it changes somewhat. And I had been thinking that I was going to do pencil now, but now I'm second guessing. The alternative would be I could do, of course, an oil glaze, which is mostly a warm glaze, various colors, different colors. And then I would do, probably after that, I would do fuzz, glow, soft edges, glow, fuzz, layer, and then I would do pencil. Bear with me while I think. Or I do pencil now, and the pencil at this point will be significantly for the purposes of nailing the drawing, really, really getting the drawing down. Hello.
Hi.
And
We're just seeing your drawing. Well, your painting.
thank you.
You're very beautiful.
Thank you. I just saw something that I have to fix. So I'm opening my white paint again. There's a dark patch here that is confusing. There are tree trunks lining this, trees lining this street, of course. All right, no, good, I still have my bucket of water here. Okay, decision. I have made a decision. I am not going to do pencil now. I'm going to advance to oils, and I am going to do, so the painting is a little bit more abstract than it may normally be at this stage, but that fits. I guess I'll let you watch my palette here for a minute while I do this. Otherwise, you'll just be staring at my painting while nothing's happening. So let me get you pointed in the right direction. There we go. Liquin Original. Which the original is that it's a gel. I've been using this for 20 plus years. Hang on while the noise goes away. Love it. One of the things I like about the gel is that I don't need a cup. Many oil mediums are runny, of course. They're liquid. So in order to use them, you need to have a little cup or attachment. Yeah, a cup attached to your palette. And it's just one more piece of equipment. Blah, blah, blah. So there, I've got liquid on the brushes and then oxide red and lemon yellow, which is the most standard colors for me to put on my brushes. Why do I do that so fast? The reason is I'm in a hurry. I always do it fast because we have a name for artists who paint slowly. You know that? You've heard it. They're called starving artists. And there's more truth to that than you may think. I have dear friends who do hyper super photorealistic paintings, but they can't make a living at it, almost to save their lives. They could not make a living because each painting takes 100, 200, 300 hours, and to be paid enough for one of those paintings, so they have to sell the painting for $50,000, and there's just not that much of a market. Now, if you're outrageously famous, yes. Kevin McPherson, maybe. G. Harvey, Thomas Kincaid, they can sell paintings for $50,000, but you and I can't. All right, so that's why I'm in a hurry, because I'm always in a hurry, because I make a living at this. And we have a name for artists who paint slow. They're called starving artists. Dioxazine violet and ultramarine on my brushes. And I say this every time, I'm going to say it again. It is not a rule. There is not a rule that says you should vignette. Once again, I'm turning the noun vignette into a verb to create a vignette. I don't know if it's even a word. I'm saying it is to vignette. There's no rule that says you should vignette all your paintings. There is not. But if you're using your head and your eyeballs, your intuition should tell you, oh yeah, it looks better that way. So to vignette, of course, means basically to darken the corners.
So ours is in line. So we got to keep
And
not all of our stuff switched, but we got to keep
and frankly, I'm always a little surprised the degree to which, the extent to which a painting really begins to come together, to hang together, to feel painterly, simply by doing a vignette, by vignetting the corners. That painting's better already. All right, now I'm gonna put these brushes down and pick up maybe just one little 1-inch chip brush. These are called chip brushes. I don't know if you know that or not. And I'm mixing up over here 2 blues, phthalo blue and ultramarine, and a little bit of titanium white. I'm actually going to do my first fuzz layer right now. Notice left hand, if you will, because the left hand is more intuitive, more spontaneous, more free, less given to second guessing and wondering and thinking and so on and so forth. Less given to all those things, and more given to just woohoo, let's do it. Woohoo, let's do it. Woohoo, let's do it. That's what your left hand is saying often. All right, so I've already started then my fuzz layer, and I jumped right over, on purpose, I jumped right over my normal lifting out. After glazing, normally I lift out. So I decided this time to lift out both some of the glazing and some of the fuzz layer at the same time. Now, just do a little bit more fuzz. Sorry, time to clean up my palette. I clean up my palette with a straight razor. Just scrape it all off. It's a glass palette, of course. After trying every kind of palette in the world, wooden, traditional tear-away palette, paper palette, I've settled on glass palette. Works for me, partly because I paint outside a lot and it's windy a lot, and lighter weight palettes are much more in danger of flying away in the wind. All right. Next, I'm going to mix up. So I'm going to be doing the for real fuzz layer now, which is soft edges, very, very, very soft edges. Light, translucent, so opaque paint applied very thinly. Scumbling is another word for the act. So I have here fairly small brushes for my I think somebody just got engaged 20 feet to my right by this fountain. How sweet. So you can see the fuzz layer, right? That's fuzz layer, the glow layer. Thank you. Now I'm gonna do some more. I'm gonna do some more blue. Thank you. All right, so I have now a blue, more fuzz. This is much easier to do with two hands. It'd be hard to do this with one, especially, this is my left hand, especially with your dominant hand. Oh man, this is a great reason. This is a great way to describe the benefits of painting with your non-dominant hand. Your dominant hand is your control hand. In fact, if I may state the case strongly, your dominant hand is your control freak hand. In fact, if I could state it more strongly, your dominant hand is your death control grip. Think about it. Your dominant hand, you spent your entire childhood trying to train your dominant hand to submit to your control. And that submission to control is not, it's the antithesis of creativity. It's the opposite of a creative impulse. And when I'm doing this fuzz layer in particular, if I were just using my right hand, my dominant hand, my brain would be able to keep up, and I would be able to second guess strokes. Like, I don't know, should I put this mark here or not? But when you're painting with two hands, your brain cannot keep up. You can just kind of go, okay, just, fuzz in this area right here, go. It's kind of like you pull the cord on the lawnmower engine, just let her rip. Did I just run out of battery? It's been getting low for a long time. Okay, I think I did, even though it's plugged in. Go figure. Anyway, not to worry, I knew that might happen, so I have the image all ready to go here on my phone. Not as big, not as ideal, but it'll do. All right, can you see how actually the fuzz layer, even though it's so amorphous, so bodiless, so non-shaped, in spite of that, the painting is actually, well, it has a winsome charm about it, yes, but it's actually a little bit more realistic than it was. Now, hang on just a second. Hello.
Hey.
I'm either schizophrenic or I'm talking to my camera.
Okay.
And my camera might just be a cover to make people think I'm not schizophrenic. Think about it.
Well, you're doing fabulous work. I think it's very
Thank you.
beautiful.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Ooh, yeah. So, did that make sense? That was a great way. I'm going to try to remember that. When you paint with your dominant hand, your brain can keep up. Your thinky brain, your decision-making, your editing brain, your second-guessing brain can keep up with one hand. It can't possibly keep up with two hands going at machine gun speed. Does that make sense? Woohoo! I'm gonna try to remember that one. All right, I think I'm done fuzzing. Done with the glow, done with the fuzz. So I do kind of pity some people who've watched me for years and they've tried the glow layer, but they're doing it with one hand and it's just not working. Well, that's why it's not working. Because your brain can keep up and it's your second guess. Oh, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, was that right? I don't know, maybe I should. Got it? That stinky brain. That part of your brain is a piss poor artist. That part of your brain is terrible at creating beauty. That part of your brain is not a good artist. That part of your brain's good for other stuff. Like that part of your brain's good for getting, the major lines in the right place and drawing perspective. Yeah, absolutely. But that part of your brain is not good at creating a transcendent image. All right, nice. Hello. Can you tell? Yeah. Yeah, I play too. I take a break from painting once in a while. Yeah. Yeah, it's been out there in the hot sun. That's called a chromatic harmonica.
I know it's a harmonica, but
It's a chromatic. It plays the middle note, the notes missing.
all you need to press the button to change the note.
All right. So now I think the first. Thanks. What am I doing? Tall person here, man here. And we are viewing these, they're not walking toward us. So do I want this leg back and this leg forward? Yeah, I think I do. I think I want this leg back. I'm drawing a man, right now I'm drawing a man. Yeah. And here's a woman. Some might say, you're so sexist. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to have her hand. I just saw it right there. All of a sudden, I just saw it. You too. Thanks, buddy. And I don't know if you know this or not, but very often when friends are walking beside each other, or married couples, but friends, there is a slight tendency, if they walk together, there's a slight tendency for them to begin to walk in unison, left, right, left, right. Not hard and fast, just a tendency. I'd say more than 50-50 chance. So I'm going to have both of them, their left foot is forward. Not that anybody seeing the painting will say that. Oh, look, they're no. I just am doing it so that it will feel natural to viewers. They won't notice, but they won't, right? All right, so now, 12, 6, 3, 9, 10, 11, and these are Roman numerals, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and I decided to make it, I guess, 10 minutes after 10, yeah, because the sun is kind of high in the sky in this particular photograph. I took this picture yesterday or the day before, I don't remember which, doesn't matter. I started to say yesterday or the day before, I don't remember which, that the closer you get to the end of the painting, what time is it, by the way? 2 o'clock, oh boy. Theoretically, I've given myself till 4 o'clock to finish this painting, theoretically. Okay, the closer you get to the end of a painting, the more critical your marks become. The more important it becomes that your marks be interesting. Now, most people who are stuck in the backwater swamp of realism, because they don't know how to get out, they don't know why to get out. So they're unmotivated to break out of realism because they don't understand what beauty is and what makes paintings beautiful. So they just keep plodding forward, making realistic paintings, and their friends keep going, wow, you're amazing. And some of them are amazing, don't get me wrong. And I do hyper-realism occasionally, just for fun. But the closer you get to the end of the painting process, the more critical it is that your marks are, I'm going to use a word just for fun, just to shake, rattle, and roll all art professors, the more important it is that your marks are beautiful. Okay? Not as, again, those poor souls who are stuck. And the reason I have such clarity and compassion about this is because I was one of those poor souls for decades. Now, don't feel too sorry for me, because I made a, it turns out, I didn't know it at the time, turns out I made the best living of my life during those decades, mid-80s to late 90s, basically 2 decades. I started being an illustrator in 1972, and I still do illustration, but it was my primary or only job for at least 18, nearly 20 of those years. Anyway, and during that time, I myself, I did not know these principles. To me, beauty was essentially realism with a slight side dish of something intriguing happening, something interesting happening. Not just realism, but realism, you know, tells a story or something. Anyway, so that's why I feel like I have insight about the cul-de-sac of realism. Most artists who do hyperrealism, they do it because they don't know any better. They don't know that they're supposed to get out or they should get out. Now, that doesn't mean, some of them that's their true essential calling in life. But I contend that most of them, it's not. It's just they're stuck. Anyway, so if you are a realist, the closer you get to the end of your painting process, the more important it becomes that your marks are accurate. That's where I'm going with that. Does that make sense? It becomes more and more important that your marks are correct. But I'm saying virtually the opposite of that. The closer you get to the end of your painting process or drawing, the closer you get to finished, the more critical it becomes that your marks are interesting, which is not the same as real. It's related to realistic, but it's not the same as realistic. It overlaps with realistic, but it's not the same as realistic. While I'm on the subject, okay, let me go ahead and, I don't do this very often, so I'll do it right now, give you a description of what are interesting marks. Okay, this is rare territory. I don't usually go here, but I'm going to go here today. And I'm not going to define interesting marks. I'm going to describe them. Okay, there's a difference. Interesting marks are those. Oh, I see what I did. I have a drawing mistake here. It's going to stay. Wow, that is interesting. That is really interesting. Wow, that's just amazing, the mistakes you can make. And, well, oh, good, I still have blue paint on my palette from the last fuzz layer. Okay, describing interesting marks. And I can't describe what they look like. That's ridiculous. I can describe how they are made. Okay, so you ready? This is pretty foundational and a virtually inviolable rule, law, principle. Interesting marks are created by interesting movements. Now there's a million, billion, trillion different kinds of interesting marks in the world, in history. But they pretty much all have one thing in common. The marks that end up on a paper or a canvas that are interesting. One could say beautiful, but that gets us into a giant philosophical quagmire. The marks that are left on a canvas or paper that are interesting are marks that were made by interesting or beautiful or fluid movements. And virtually all the marks that I'm making right now, have been making for the last, well, the whole time, hopefully the whole painting process, but as I said, it becomes more and more critical the closer you get to the end. More and more and more important that the marks be made by fluid Now, let me be a little more definitive and a little bit more nasty, so to speak, so that makes sense to you, okay? Well, tell us, Mr. Dan, Smarty Pants, what then are fluid movements? Oh, so glad you asked. Well, let me answer that again by being ever so slightly snarky, but only snarky for a good purpose. Not to be snarky, but to be a good teacher. And let me turn around and face the camera for a minute. Hello. I'm
Today's work?
Yes. Oh. Yes, yeah, and just since noon, so I'm under the gun.
Knocking it down, huh?
Yep. So it's easy to describe what are not good movements. And basically, like, there are a lot of them, but I can act them out pretty perfectly. First of all, I often call it tongue painting or tongue drawing. What is tongue painting or tongue drawing? It's easy. Okay? Tongue painting, tongue drawing. Butt ugly, crap ugly movements. Stilted, stultified, insecure, hesitant, uptight, controlled, restrained. All these, I'm describing movements. Worried, scared, anxious, anxiety, fearful, insecure. And some of you may say to me, well, Dan and Mr. Nelson, that's easy for you to say because you're a good artist, so you're secure in your drawing. Yes, yes, yes. And I would say to you, fake it till you make it. In other words, if you're insecure about how to draw and paint, of course, who isn't when you're starting out? Who isn't insecure? Fake it. fake it. Just stop acting like your fellow beginners. Your fellow beginners are going and say, well, I saw this guy on YouTube, he's kind of crazy, and he moves like this. And just pretend. I don't care if you're all nervous to hell. I don't care if you're nervous to death. I don't care. I'm trying to rub this off on you. I don't care. Just make your body act like you're not nervous. Don't hunch your shoulders. Don't stick out your tongue. Don't crunch your eyebrows. Don't, just go. Again, I often describe this as a ballet movements. And I'm not a ballet dancer. I'm not a dancer of any kind whatsoever. But by the way, this is part of the reason why drawing or painting standing up is generally superior to sitting down. I'm sitting down right now because my feet are tired, and my feet can only handle but so much pain before I go, I'm a lousy drawer. So I'm sitting down, but still, I'm still pretty free, okay? I guess that's good enough. Maybe that's too much. Forgive me if that's offensive, but beautiful marks are the byproduct of beautiful movements. And okay, B-A-X-T-E-R-S. And beautiful movements are free and fluid and confident. Whether you are confident or not, I don't care. Just pretend, just fake it. Just pretend you're confident until you are, okay? Just act like you're confident. Ixnay with the imid-tay. Get rid of the timid, insecure, I don't know what I'm doing marks. And I know this is possible, by the way. I've seen a few people. In fact, I just this week here in New Bern, I was talking to a stranger, a new friend, and they told me about an old friend of mine, a woman named Gosia from Poland, I think. Tall, beautiful lady. We were in a gallery together many, many years ago. And I have two art friends in the entire world, two out of the hundreds of beginner artists I've known, who came out of the gate loose, came out of the gate swinging, came out of the gate doing fast, loose, confident, bold, and they're both, and they couldn't draw a lick. Neither one of them couldn't draw their way of a paper sack, but they could do beautiful paintings simply based on the fact that they didn't move like scaredy cats. And so that it's a very, very rare gift. I don't know how to describe it other than extremely rare. But I've known two, and it was kind of interesting that this week I caught up a little bit through a third party with my friend Gosia, and it brought her to mind. Oh yeah, she's one of the two. So you don't have to be good to act like you're good. So until you are good, fake it. Just fake it. Move as if you're good. Cast off insecurity, timidity, blah, 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 blah. And make your spontaneous, all kinds of other words like that. Now, and even what I'm doing right now, of course, is quite controlled, quite detailed, right? You might not call this free, loose, and fluid, but compare this to, right? Compare, that's the real comparison. And yes, these marks, and my straight lines here are not straight. I give the impression of straight lines with crooked lines. My lines, all these lines are very wiggly, wobbly, crazy loose. Now, if you've watched me before, then you've heard me say this probably. I am, at the moment, I'm in the middle of my one of my pencil phases, right? At the end of the pencil phase, class, tell me, there's going to be too much what on my canvas? There's going to be too much what? Yes, too much pencil, right? So right now, if you look at this painting, it's like, wow, that's a lot of drawing. Yep, it is. It's a lot of drawing, and I'm not worried about it a bit, not even almost, because I have several layers to go, even though I'm hoping to finish this painting in the next 2 hours. Hour and 20 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. I don't know if I can make that, but anyway, I hope to make a good stab at it anyway. So I'm partly the reason I'm saying that is, again, for you newcomers, like, dang, that's a lot of pencil. Yep. It's a lot of pencil. That's because I'm in the pencil layer, and I've got a perspective issue going on here, and I hope I can get by with that mistake. There's a mistake in perspective down here, and I've got a vanishing point right here, which means this line should go right there. But it doesn't look right. Trees. Pencils are great for rendering trees, of course, tree branches. All right, I think I'm done with the pencil layer. Yay! So I am into. Oh, it's time to stand up again. I'll move your camera in just a second. When I'm painting in this much of a hurry, it is questionable whether I should even take the time to do broken color, but I'm going to try anyway. Broken color, I get tired of talking about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. Go back and watch one of my previous videos if you don't know what broken color is. I'm just going to try to do it really quickly because I don't have time. All of a sudden, I need the picture again. I already turned my phone off. I am pretty much OCD in the broken color department, but I'm not too worried about it because I could bust out of it anytime without any trouble. I sound like an alcoholic. No, I could stop, or a smoker. I could stop smoking anytime. I could stop drinking anytime. Anyway, I'm stuck in a rut, but I don't care. In that I always start with purple, dioxazine violet for you guys who want to keep score. All right, that's enough of that. Then I go right around the color wheel. So next I'm dipping my brushes in some permanent rose, one of my absolute favorite red colors. Permanent rose, it's a very transparent color. That's not critical to me because I make all my colors transparent by adding liquid to them. But it's a very intense magenta. I don't know what else to call it. It's a lovely color. I love it. All right, that's enough of that. Next, yeah, I'm going to rinse off my brushes I'm gonna wipe off my palette. I'm running out of paper towels, so this is going to get interesting in a while. Good teacher. A father teaching his 8-year-old boy photography principles. That's great. Okay, so I'm going around the color wheel. I'm heading toward red right now. Started with purple, heading toward red. Sure, I've got something like Naphthol Crimson. I'm not positive that it is Naphthol Crimson, but it's close enough. It's a deep, deep blood red color. I added some white to it, and that turned it into kind of a pinkish color, which I don't want. All right, so it's still a cool red, close enough. There's a logo right here on this sign. So, and again, my broken color layer is the introduction of ironic color. And if it matches the value of what it's on top of, it creates a vibrating effect in the eye of the viewer. If it doesn't match the value of what I'm putting it on, then I'm using the same color to do pushed or exaggerated or stronger color. And I do both at the same time. So some of what I'm doing is broken color, and some of what I'm doing is just exaggerated color or pushed color. All right, that's enough of that. Red. I want to fly through this step because of time constraint. You got to fly through it pretty quickly. I'm around the color wheel then to orange, and I already have a nice orange on my palette. It's not a cadmium orange. It might be Winsor Newton Windsor orange. And I sorry, I don't know what I didn't look up the pigment numbers. All real commercial, true commercial, professional paints or even amateur paints should have a pigment number on the tube, and that tells you. And if it's a real good paint, there's only one number. There's not two numbers. If you're buying a tube of paint and you look at, it's usually a P number on the back in small print. If it's got a P and it's got two numbers, then that means it's a mixture of two things. Why does that matter? Well, sometimes it doesn't always matter. Sometimes it's okay, but often, if it's got two pigments in it, that means that tube of paint is already a mixed color. So then when you mix it again, I want to go back to my Canadian for a second. When you mix it again with a third color, with another color, now you've got three colors mixed together. Why does that matter? Well, it doesn't. That might work okay, but it means that it's more likely to create a muted color, not very intense. So something to keep in mind. And indeed, orange is, in a sense, the hardest color, it seems, for paint manufacturers to create, not using cadmium. They can. There's lots of there's different options for creating red and yellow without using without using cadmium. But evidently there's not a lot of options for creating orange. So there's something called pyrrole, pyrrole I think it is. Pyrrole orange. I honestly don't know what that means. I'm assuming the pigment is pyrrole. And I hardly know what that means. I am enjoying at the moment though using this orange. I am indeed creating quite a bit of broken color. That is to say, I'm putting it on top of bluish stuff that is roughly of the same value. All right, this clock has a bunch of filigree, has a bunch of gold on it, and this orange would be a good under color for that gold. All right, let me go back for a minute to talk about beautiful marks, interesting marks, as opposed to ugly marks. When something is really ugly, it's ugly. You know that, right? So you want to be aware of ugly marks. And I had pencils in my hand when I was doing that. Let me give you just absolutely a one-sentence wonder. If you can do this, ugly marks are very often created simply by holding the brush or the pen in the death control grip. This. All week long I've been painting 40 hours this week. And I'm quite sure that at no point in that 40 hours of painting did I ever hold the brush in the death control grip. Now, there's some people that paint this way, that's better. But even that, when you hold it that way, you're still moving your fingers, your digits. And the muscles, the nerves that control those fingers, the part of your brain that controls that movement is not a good artist. So anyway, all of my painting is done, maybe you've noticed, all of my painting is done holding the brush side saddle, I call it. Oh golly, I'm so clever, aren't I? All of my painting is done. The only time I've held the brush in the death control grip all week long has been when I've signed my signature. Just saying. All right, enough of orange, lots of orange there. Maybe too much? Nah. Let's fly around the color wheel and to yellow. I've got, again, some super bright, intense yellow here. Woo! My goodness, this is bright. Oh, and there's a light. I didn't know. Rats. I need to get a brush. I need to. Sorry, I'm leaving an awful temptation there, aren't I?
I see green and orange, but we don't touch.
There's a light above the store here. There we go. BAXTERS. I would like an hour and a half to do the final stages. All right, that's enough yellow. Whew, that's powerful stuff. All right, don't have to clean the brushes. I just pick up a green. Now I have a very intense chartreuse, very brilliant chartreuse paint on my brushes. And this is a humdinger of a color. And let me give you some surprising thank you. Some surprising physics. The most aggressive color on the planet to the human eye is green. Our eye can see, I understand, I don't know this, but I've been told, it seems to make sense. The human eye can see more shades of green than any other color. This particular green that I'm doing right now, light yellow, spring green, chartreuse, bright green, is the most aggressive color on the planet. One of the evidences for this is that school crossing signs, things that in many parts of the world, different governments, in some parts of the world, fire trucks are chartreuse instead of red, because in a dark, thick smoke environment, red will disappear and green will remain visible. So that's all I'm going to say about that. This shade of green can actually be seen as a substitute for white. Because it is so bright. In other words, if you're in a dark room and you have a dimmer switch, a very high quality rheostat dimmer switch in that room, and you have all colors in a rainbow on little color chips, like paint chips on the wall in front of you, and you slowly dim the colors, the light in the room, the last color to disappear will be chartreuse. The white paint chips will go invisible before the chartreuse. So very, very interesting. All right, enough of that. Let's go now. I'm going to pick up, without cleaning my brushes, pick up a phthalo blue and dip in white again. So now I have a very sweet aqua turquoise. I don't know what the difference between aqua turquoise and turquoise is. Not my job as an artist. Those are not art categories. I'm just trying to use ordinary colored language, not top secret art language. So anyway, so it's aqua or turquoise. I don't know. It's very bright, very intense, very much like the last color I just used. Hello. Enough of that. Bonjour indeed.
I want to be in the plein air, and I was going to do the clock.
Yeah.
And then I was going to do like the Baxter's clocks in the background.
Yeah.
So you are Dan Nelson. I saw some of the things that you had.
Did you?
I was a volunteer.
Uh-huh. You can still do the clock.
I mean, I do that, but I'm doing that mural by Cypress.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
Like, so it's on wood panel.
Uh-huh.
And when they remove it, I turn it into canvases.
Ah.
And we find it, but hey,
Good for you.
this is beautiful. And you're so organized. Oh my
That's
You're very organized.
Am I?
Well, compared to me, and you play the flute.
Yeah, a little bit.
Trumpet.
Yeah.
And the guitar.
Yeah.
And you have an electric classical. You have an electric classical.
Yes,
guitar.
exactly. Yes. Thank you for noticing.
You let people play it, or?
Yeah, I suppose. Do you play the guitar?
Yeah, I play classical.
Do you really?
Acoustic.
Are you going to sit down? Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would you let me play that?
Absolutely. If you're a player. I mean, I've had people say, "Can I play?" And then they're just drunk
trying to
guitar
learn, I
bangers.
don't have a bench to put my foot on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to learn Shine On Crazy Diamond by Pink
Sure,
Floyd.
and I'll let you tune it for me. Thank you very much.
Yes, you got a tuner, so
Yep. Thanks. You never know what's going to happen out here, do you?
and this electrical has a strap.
Yes. All right, just about done. Just about done with my broken color. Do a little tiny bit of ultramarine blue, in other words, a cool blue, and with mixed with white, of course. And that will be the end of the broken and pushed color phase. But the painting, look how much more interesting the painting is now than it was just a few minutes ago before I did this layer. Isn't that interesting? Did I just use that word a whole bunch of times? Look how more interesting the painting is. Isn't that interesting? Oh, here's a question. Can you put broken color on top of broken color? And the answer is absolutely yes, certainly.
I'm trying to be able to use my right hand the way I use my left.
All right, that's enough of that. I have an hour and 20 minutes to do the final edit. No.
Does it sound pretty intuitive?
Yep.
And I'm open for criticism.
Go for it.
I've never played an electrical classical.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah. I'm going to see now if I can plug in my.
What are you painting?
Thank you.
I don't see the water.
No, maybe. Nope, we're gonna go.
Why does it feel like it's raining?
sounds good, but it's hot.
Okay. Now it says it's charging up. I hope that's true. I think I have a snack around here somewhere. Boy, do I need a snack. All right. This broadcast has droned on plenty long enough. I'm going to stop here, take a little break, and hopefully come back and do a little bit broadcasting in a little while. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.